Yeah, show him first.
You know, matches in the dorsal. Probably starting matches and see we as a time room for the stories are now you share the transfers are now we started from the Spanish La Liga. Now on Real Madrid, you know, almost the league in start you know, almost first 3 games on my body away. Almost against Almeria, almost against the last game that they played, and this time it was a turn of another Catalan club in Espanol and on the brain. So here 3 straight to no one positive thing and idea back SHS Madrid for no look back. But omonim kwa na echo after the new season is ebano the consistency in terms of scoring, in terms of creativity, and the bond and the unity between the two players up front in Kerm Benzema and Vinicius Junior. I feel be a say orient your mania or Babishem for Casemiro. No, how is he going to fare and how is he going to blend with Toni Kroos and then Luka Modric in midfield? He comes in with a different profile compared to Casemiro. Into social brand area, you know, he passes very well and he plays in a more advanced role. Unlike Casemiro, who stayed behind to be a bodyguard and a watchdog for the 2 midfielders no more than him. And look at the passer, Odima Vinicius Junior for the first goal. Outside foot and the Orient Chomeni, Edima Vinicius Junior, and also the ball on the Etwatem. Kerm Benzema, excellent free kick, or Sanchez, or Chelsea. The last season, a near man, of course, so the man this season. Or said to us so in terms of the goal scoring and you know one channel and ultimately get the 2 goals no for Madrid. Into Madrid that Chelsea and yes Santiago Bernabeu and Kwano but this time 3 away games they are 9 points and that is the Madrid I'll be in him and that is Madrid that Kerm Benzema and Vinicius Junior Egusua Kura Montuma Pana on the ball last season. So when you are playing against them you only need to watch out. Barcelona on the other hand and so actually almost scoring spree nase. Now, so last week game one boy, you know, Rafinha and the other guys came from the bench to change the game with Ansu Fati. Now, Javi Sarri will do or no any Dembele bill and in the preseason and someone any Padodo I can say so the 2 players are almost behind Robert Lewandowski. You know, almost your players almost selfish, almost on him, almost passing range, you know, of them, almost cut in whether from the left or on the right. Dembele person bona adieche, Rafinha person bona adieche. But in this particular game, you know, she had the first pass from Rafinha on the right, Edima Robert Lewandowski. You know, and only first pass in anyway. Look at the movement of Lewandowski. Now, she baby or the ball no, no. You are only talking of a very credible predator inside the box. Otim the ball no atenemu kama. And look at Osman Dembele and lay that pass to Pedri for the second goal. And I say gradually the 2 players almost free wide areas in the battle gradually almost settle and almost take the movement and the positional sense of Robert Lewandowski as a into personal eguso kwa na echo and look at that placement from Abrante your friend Pedri and San Robert Lewandowski and so the back on Eba Beckham with Sergio Roberto crowning it all with the 4 goals, you know, it echo so at the stadium, a new camp against Valladolid. Into Barcelona saw almost scoring spree, Nase, and last week it was 4. Now I Saba by 4. Into be a say game limit me at us. There has been an improvement in terms of defense, an improvement in terms of Pedri and Gavi supporting Sergio Busquets in midfield compared to the first game and the last game. Momo boy now, who said gradually players need 2 or more, and there was hope. In the Barcelona setup, so if we be in La Liga and Europe, so we beat me IBB. Only time and a bit me at but you know, as I said, the good thing for Barcelona, Ubetimi and who saw more defense need shaky. Ubetimi who said the midfield will need time, but up front there's a firepower up front, and Robert Lewandowski have fully arrived. So, Babi PM with the Italian Serie A, there was one game I know be any and Jose getting the 6 point for AS Roma. No be sure how they will fare against the old ladies of Italian football in Juventus. And moreover, how Paulo Dybala any team friend Juve all but on how the Juve team will fare and how the Dybala obi aka na asem no fair ye share game na sanche kra and Dusan Vlahovic look at that Keller she baby or the ball ne to ye Raw Patricio antimi anya hohwe. In the first half Mourinho was not happy because Juve send a second goal and a VR no be rule offside into share or say he was ashamed of his players into a car 1 minute I'm 45 minutes now so now and just call dressing room into one place nearby and what do go almost so the kind of football or mobile and yet the best Juve about 10 shot on target but so shit my friend Roma up front the Apollo Dybala and Tammy Abraham but goalkeeper friend waiting sense no why spectator no that podium ball no intimi nkode so nti Jose di go ne brante so and in the second half an improved team your friend AS Roma nti wo hwe Abrante friend ne Manja Matic on the brand crescente midfield na me ka say how Juve will neutralize that pivot na a midfield of Roma no but unfortunately Juve na a draw but you know they couldn't neutralize that midfield. Nemanja Matic played very very well. As someone me here make and say and I'm say the slow nature of the Italian Serie A and I'm a branch of Nemanja Matic both games the passing range and Roma for the first time in many years in big games. It almost Atlanta last season but I saw a dominant AS Roma side. It almost said you were new back for in an solid the Silvio Ofu be say Bremer Danilo and your center back in Alessandro. But in midfield, Juve actually that midfield, but you know you give it to AS Roma. It almost gives me and so Mabono. You say I was 7 points and or Chelsea the players not to any line. Almost in this situation about here, but he's still doing well for a team friend AS Roma. Inter Milan they Saturday in the can.
So not only happy with Tammy Abraham.
Yeah.
You don't share goal, no.
Yes.
No, happy
yes, he was horrible.
Horrible, that's the word he used. Horrible.
Yes, he was horrible. You know, no, I expected a lot from his attack. And over performance at Tammy Dema last season. You have Paulo Dybala behind you. And let's not forget, almost 2 games or more before this game, Brian Christian Tashabako, a holding midfielder. Chris Small and Ashabako, a defender. And if you look at the attack of Dybala and then Tammy Abraham, you expect to see goals. Inti Tammy ne mode bona bafem and the last time it was Zaniolo Tammy Abraham behind Dybala inti anku ye na Jose kan you know Jose on the psychological cast na of fast ball and you know he expect a lot from his attack. This is a different Roma team under Jose Mourinho on defend bebre obana ni man holding and he expect to see those guys up front so mobeshe goals na ediama. You know, Inter the omukoji obani mgwa say or Stadium Olimpico against Lazio na old guys na ya available in Pedro, Ofo be say Luis Alberto and then Felipe Anderson, Chilo Immobile up front. Inter struggle to contain the attack of Lazio and Mauricio Sarri branch and Berguma. Last season but the problem is where it matters most. Ne Drube be also keep on heads high. No we should experience at this stay at the topper. And when I will say my friend Lazio so far. But in this game, you know they were ruthless. And Inter Milan entity and any antidote to stop them. Simeone Inzaghi ebo against the sides no amfama no and I know this agusi etimi etum. AC Milan you know much say Rafael Leo and Olivier Giroud ye fit to affront what dia e be bi so betimi stop mo sinisa me ya love it edini bolo na team ne ba be pm but you know it was Olivier Giroud again and Rafael Leo from where he left off last season ogusu to aso 150 million omka sa Chelsea Fabra no Chelsea asset back Omama Bill and Rafael Leo egusu e kire say he's one player also Portugal hweniye for the Coupe du Mondial coming up others so best starting or a first player coming up front for team my friend Portugal AC Milan for gusua and you know again they want to defend the Italian Serie A nti hu so omo sha na esha e mananya wonwa because Stefano Pioli ne mranje no adwuma bo ana you know omo so ebo now okay yon some asem so unimu na you know he's up for saves it's enra almost adwuma na oye na oye bro so by his
saves mu record
yes by his one goalkeeper so what follow na adwuma oya go back and watch France versus Switzerland the Euro 2020 you can talk about Jadon Shaqiri, you can talk about Granit Xhaka, you can talk about Ricardo Rodriguez, you can talk about Manuel Akanji, But for me, he was the real deal in that particular tournament. On one keep push Switzerland team na, and in the game against France and France, I did 3 goals. Look at the comeback and look at how save one within the penalties. So when it comes to saves, you are talking about a 33-year-old goalkeeper from Borussia Mönchengladbach. And Mönchengladbach, they one team I don't know, until look at the firepower by our war. Look at the number of chances to create here. But you know, goalkeeper and keep one in the game. Fair reflexes. Look at the anticipation. Look at the timing. Look at the movement. That is the goalkeeper that you're talking about. A very good one, both for club and for his national side. You know, in the Premier League, me who the old Chelsea, me cut the old Chelsea, the Mourinho, the Matthew, the goose-setting type of Chelsea been a year after conceding the red card. Leicester City fans so here the Premier League now. You know, her performance on boy against Chelsea. Now who's someone that war the EPL table so name one kakra. This time, because of the absence of Wesley Fofana and Chelsea now opening, coach come back to the back four of James Justin, and then you are talking about Daniel Abate, John Evans, Timo Castell in midfield. Wilfred indeed now available into Omodi Abranti Efeno, Boubacar Soumare in the Babejina as a pivot. And one player how Chelsea yepa was Abranti Efeno, Harvey Barnes, and then Dennis Pratt. Omone how Chelsea yepa, and then you talk about Jimmy Vardy as well. But in all, you give it to Raheem Sterling for that particular goal.
Wow.
The first one. You know, Sterling by no intimi more to say the minimum Sterling so bebono. Was say chances now. It almost a body deflect here. But for me, it was spot on. For him to locate with that technique, you know, the kind of goal that he scored, and add a second. At the Eka, you know, that 2 goals to the man Chelsea. But in the second half, game when they car bet 20 minutes, no, and now the resilience of the Chelsea team. And for me, those things are built in the DNA of Chelsea. It is not just the tactical prowess of Coach Efeno, Thomas Tuchel, but it is built in the DNA of Chelsea. They know how to organize themselves in playing 10 behind the ball, in close range, and when they decide to go in for the Catanaccio way, because of the Italian background and Italian players and Italian coach Somabano, they know how to catch Chelsea. And you know, pressure now, look at the pressure in the last 5 minutes for Jimmy Vardy, Harvey Barnes, but still, Chelsea deny say only hear the maximum points at this particular time. It me make sure and Thiago Silva, you know, he was just extraordinary. Pressure ne baba withdraw. Say bom kulu bibia in defense and Leicester City say deserve so that 3 maximum points. A very good game. Chelsea my good account of themselves against Tottenham Hotspur. But for me, this game is the real deal and the most outstanding game for Chelsea. In English Premier League, after a man down, you know, me Ababe winning by 2 goals to 1. Conor Gallagher, I don't think he will come back again. So Bebe Bill, not transfers in inquiry, you know, alone is possible so me because the first chance on last week this time in 28 minutes to Konya red card. And so team penning for now, I almost say it was a silly red card. No more expected so beat me. Matthew Kovacic coming back, N'Golo Kante coming back, Loftus-Cheek midfield. I don't think there's space for Conor Gallagher again in the central midfield of Chelsea. And Thomas Tuchel and the man are there, and you know they deserve to get the 3 maximum points. Now Manchester United, and so echo a very famous victory against Southampton. Now you know I'm reading reports baby and a lot of stories about Eric Ten Hag. The nipa baby can say, coach no obeban ye cry jeno so a philosophical coach. Onimade ne nsa no efe ne ball efe ne ball akono oba yas no oba adwuma. But it is a sharp contrast to what the nyina ye hwe Manchester United. He's going the defensive way. If you watch him against Liverpool, if you watch him against Southampton, at the time of the pong game, no Casemiro, no Fred, no Scott McTominay. You know, very uncharacteristic of the ideological coaches, the philosophical coaches. One time who said many be one game him, but they also be at here saying say, but be Manchester United gymnastics here and your ball of fan or more pay. And need to please the fans and or more pay. They need resource because some competitors need to manage until they need to catch up and say, "Oh, catch up," but you find a way to win. The 3 maximum points in the necessary. And you know, look at how Southampton take key game to United in the second half. Romeo Latvia, Ward Prowse, Adam Armstrong, Joe Aribo, Chi Adams, and look at Musa Dinapo. Omo by United and at the point who's a Christian Eriksen abre. The coach loved Bruno and Bruno crowned a performance with a goal. Jadon Sancho was out of the game. Antonio Elanga out. Now Kwakoye defense no enemy for them and Lisandro Martinez. As actually again say was the profile within a short time. He's just adjusting to the Premier League and in the star no he need to be compact and resolute. He need to be a bit robust and you know ansan no timi abo Premier League no. Nti ene wanwa so we had the level of clearance. We how see clear the lines no when decision inside the area. How no see Bache Adam Armstrong Enichi Adams inside the 18-yard box. And wanwa Sabranti no man of the match for a second time. It wasn't just about height, but it was about how to anticipate, how to organize, and you know how to read the game and go in for tackles. Until you give it to Erik ten Hag, they don't need champagne football, they need results now.
Okay.
Crystal Palace ever against Manchester City. Now, Manchester City for now for Premier League, said the pay be the year. Now we watched them against Newcastle United last week. On the other side, it was 3-1. They came back to level against Newcastle United. Against Crystal Palace, there were 2 goals down. But on the disadvantage side, and at the back, Manchester City in the Premier League, you find a way to survey the situation. But in the Champions League, you not come back. The array of defending, the principles of defending. Omu defense, the first consider goals, and some of them are too basic and too elementary. In top level games, you will not survive. And to hear, first consider the first 2 goals. In 20th minute, they were down by 2-0. But very fortunate for them, Omu game changes up front. Into Omu to me change BPR. Look at the first goal from Bernardo Silva. Look at the movement of Abrante and Ellen Holland. Look at another insane movement from Ellen Holland for the 3rd goal. And you know, in all Manchester City Babema 4. And look at the celebration of Pep Guardiola. The man said this time the Omudia come team want to say Omudia come back and they were back for the second time. This time they had the 3 maximum points. Unlike against Newcastle United, Omudia the maximum points. Manchester City again. January you give it to Ellen Holland. The records now and you go no cry win and fair. We are going fast to judge Joel Ward or Kerm. No, they Joachim Anderson. They can't one son or the bono. 2 at them. Sergio Aguero fared 4 games. No, the why and Abrante and Ellen Holland no. He may not take on players with ease. He may not move to enjoy play, but inside the area he is a beast. And a new Juma or your foot team friend in Manchester City.
Okay.
Last season, Crystal Palace or that good results but this time Pep Guardiola kept it cool and 3 points for Pep Guardiola. Lastly, Liverpool also and now we can answer almost problem no defending and goal scoring. And Bournemouth were not lucky. So I'm against City, I'm against Arsenal, and it was the turn of Liverpool. Liverpool need a statement because you're discussing say almost the first 3 games in Koye, but you can never run them off. And almost say yes, with this performance you can never run them off. And 9 goals from Jurgen Klopp's side, a scoring spree from Roberto Firmino hat-trick to Luis Diaz, Javier Lott, Virgil van Dijk, and all those guys. Liverpool there, when it comes to creating goal scoring opportunities there, it was just unfortunate to see Mo Salah missing a 1 team goal, but they give it to Jurgen Klopp. And then the man so back after that defeat to Old Trafford against my friend Manchester United. Arsenal again. Team friend Fulham at test and Mekano has Saturday no. So more Juma also my eyes to make sure. So my best stopper Abrante friend Metrovic. You know, Gabriel Ekoche go after Metrovic they won 2 at them. Look at the equalizer and look at how Gabriel in the final minute. On one side the ball about 2 at them. Emma Arsenal in a perfect 12 points out of 4, and Odegaard has shown consistency this time in terms of scoring. The Arsenal there, say a bit me a doubt to almost set off for no, but they are not looking back. omonim kwa na echo omonim kwa na echo they are playing so well. First now this game come draw. First now against Leicester City come draw. But you know, look at their performance and you give it to Antonio Conte as well. A league specialist, and you know he's yet to lose a game in the Premier League.
Okay.
Game no against Nottingham Forest, no. Hurricane is back. Nottingham Forest for next year almost Richarlison in the Omu Diagro because no yes show booting. But those are the scale of a Brazilian.
Yeah. It won't be accepted here. That's for sure. Cooper is more catching.
They should accept it. Football you go and and many penny.
Steve Cooper.
Yes.
No, but how did Diagro?
David, you know, it's part of the game. That is the Jogo Bonito. They call it. It is part of the game. And you'll be on a bit me. I tell you, for Gubia baby. And you'll be on a bit me and look at the pass from him to Hurricane for the second goal. Who the pass of the Hurricane? Look at that pass.
Who feels normal?
It is very normal.
Didn't Steve Cooper a guy say it won't be accepted
because
here?
Because on the room for no money India. Enuntia.
It won't be wrong with it.
What is wrong with Obi Shobo in a game?
Yeah, but serious football.
They call it serious from their homeland. He's a national team player. But Tottenham was by spending 70 million on serious player. No, it is part of the game. It is not part of your culture and just obey. Football, Yamana goes we've lost the entertainment part of the game. And it should be part of the game. Born in your go and many penny. Ronaldo was not just scoring goals. Neymar just scoring goals. They add a lot to the game. Ricardo Quaresma many penny and not just goals, but you know the level of entertainment. How many goals now Steven do say? How many goals now Jolie say? Because when you watch them, they entertain you. Or when you watch Finnier, so apart from goal scoring, until the art of goal scoring, quantity your stadium ball. A level of entertainment should be part of the game, and that is what Richarlison brought on board. So you can call it is uncultured, it will not be accepted, but it is part of the game.
We can't come and say something against Zamalek game now. Kotoko say 5. At one stage, Kotoko player Eshon, na nation. Oko try ball no so. We pass me ne ba ne ho no try ball no so. Na Kotoko say 5-1 no. Referee be show you look at.
Yeah. No, that is different from this one.
Different.
Yes.
Didn't in a way coaching so accept this.
Because
and that's so much in Abino.
No, that you know. Some of my bibo Atletico Madrid game. Emma Butu no. Emma Javin so can say a sign of disrespect to the game. But I'm saying that it is part of the Brazilian game. Where is the samba? Most of their players have turned the European type of play. That is not how they play. Ghana a ball Libya. And Tina no be a song stadium no. Your ball I say go. I didn't go from back.
Your ball could be able to.
It is part of the game.
Yeah.
General, number 2.
Yeah.
Back on say Brazilian coach and near there, no. And no dear, Miniandi engine to say, Oko rumor, where the rumors, And to say, over Europe, over England, or coach and saying, what is acceptable, what is not acceptable. Sebi the old crew, near Manunkwana or Panka, Otene crew. Into Kobe Bia, they are acceptable or who adapting widely.
Yeah.
But then in football, tutors are a part of it. On say Nani Shendiano. Unya tanaso dia game ball no amana ye unplayable like obi to me and ball no the moment international baso be boy be proud. But so obo tutors there. General, I don't see anything wrong with it. On prevent you from getting the ball. Opa ko nekwaji ball no. Until say be retie bibisa no. And I agree, say sometimes you come to the stadium to be entertained. Into some of these things in the entertainment.
And the try ball no so difference man no.
The try ball no so no. On say what try ball no so sa so big be okwa no so obo ball.
No nkwan ni gina.
Me to ase.
Yeah the pass the man no
so dia go. Try ball.
O tena so na ye so entertain crowd.
Oh, entertain crowd no but the try ball. But to they are allowed, especially when we now watching crowd to be ball.
Okay.
A part of the show but for me I don't see much difference with.
The coach no can just Steve Cooper munja. The boy fu papa.
Maybe now I forgot, I think it was Antonio Conte. No Mourinho Man U. No match United about 3 or 4. And was a good crowd who say omunye dede.
Yeah.
Mourinho told him that oh yeah, no, disrespectful and you don't do that. Who urges supporters to make noise when game wire Diana say close. But after leading by 4 goals, no, we say disrespect. And I think Antonio Conte accepted it. Said what he did was wrong. For gentlemen, I said, but game now, Casa there. Me, I would love to see it. It's about no two tests. So, Paco free in Naso. On trust, on check.
They're new Man United boy. So, to me, settle down. They will see more.
Anthony.
They will see more than this in the Premier League.
Okay.
So, settle down. No, bonny game now.
Yeah.
They are actually saying one year. On Obekuru.
Yeah, about transfers, no so kakraba. I mean, call Franco Naro, Homi Musano. Arsenal so far.
Oh,
Okay.
so far so good, but nothing extraordinary. These are the opponents of Arsenal: Crystal Palace, Leicester City, Bournemouth, and Fulham. Bournemouth need Fulham for championship in the buy. Crystal Palace, Oman make it the top 10 of last season league. You know. Leicester the 8th, but they'll be our share Leicester this season. I think they are on the bottom of the table.
Yeah, they are last.
They have the weakest team.
But when you finish, just put that with Liverpool.
Maybe. He asked me a question on Arsenal.
What's United? They say Liverpool for the United or Man.
I didn't know Liverpool.
He asked
So,
me,
the same.
he asked me a question on Arsenal.
Okay, no problem.
Me say Arsenal 4 year there, but omunye be extraordinary because omun share be maybe.
Okay.
The person me canon omun share be maybe. About 2 championship size. Fulham from the championship and on by. And Arsenal struggled to win the game on Saturday. Yes, goalkeeper ni a mistake. Gabriel a mistake and a Metrovic a Wiano a J ball on the share. What I liked about their game was a fighting spirit. In some other days, in Arsenal conceded goal be say and here they will not come back, but they came back and won 2-1. But what I'm saying is I want to see. You see, Arsenal a call for ama yemu bin yomundi no. Especially when they come against the big boys. Our fellow top 6 teams, you know. Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea. When they play against these teams, no munya results are. Then I'll be convinced that we have a new Arsenal. But if you play against Fulham, Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, and off-color Leicester City, I'm yet to be convinced that Afidie, Arsenal, Belgian League, and I say Arsenal, top 4. I'm not taking anything away from them. Almost show promise. But these are apart from them say Leicester last season, Mutimi inya 1 win against them. No. These are teams that and yes so much. Most of these top 6 teams, best support is a free these teams on them. So for me, they've done well, but I'm not convinced that Arsenal, because of the Omayinti, Mrs. Samadjaka said they'll make top 4. Let them meet the big boys and let's see the real character of the Arsenal we used to know.
Okay. As opposed to
Liverpool says a Franco blame us all moment for this and
yeah.
They couldn't beat Fulham. Arsenal have beaten Fulham. They couldn't beat Crystal Palace. Arsenal have beaten Crystal Palace. And Liverpool have been out there. It really tells you Arsenal has been extraordinary.
Yeah.
The question to me wasn't on Liverpool.
Teams now.
I relate
Arsenal
it.
show.
I relate it.
Liverpool and man show.
I relate it.
In the Kwadasa.
Me pachu. Mame specific question on Arsenal and I was addressing it.
Okay.
Oh, the Liverpool Bema. Me catch was the Liverpool team no. I think say you ma holding any na me jitum say injury situation improve they will give us a better performance. I think that Liverpool injury situation on record no affect your performance.
Okay.
Even the game against Man United, when Fabinho came into the game, I'll bet almost central defenders in him. You could see say Bema Park and also Omasisa Omo BBR. And then young one was say the second half of the game against United, as Liverpool was the better side. When even Fabinho came in. So I think that if Fabinho is there, Thiago Alcantara is there, not Heavy Elliott and then James Milner or Bencher, they will give you a better performance. That's what I think.
Okay. I'm not going to do that. A bobo soon can cry into me. Remember, transfer stories. No, in for 3-4 minutes.
But you know, be
yeah.
Barcelona team name.
Okay.
You see, and you're almost starting level no, on my bench. And after sending front 3 no, all but Dembele, Rafinha, and then Lewandowski no. No Aubameyang to bench.
Okay.
Now Memphis Depay to bench. Ferran Torres to bench. Frank Kessben to bench. Frankie De Jong to bench. Just all department. the death no is serious. What the to Real Madrid then who Real Madrid bench a issue and the man careful injuries be setting in a assembly to at home. Yes, Madrid at Faso from where they ended last season, winning their 3 matches. Barca started on a quite slow note by dropping a point, but on the last 2 games, etc. was say yes, the Barcelona team is a serious team.
Andy, 2 minutes, transfers,
Well,
latest.
And creating say Wesley Fofana almost schedule ne medicals and so on USA. Na onko enkoye medicals na miss several injuries bi a wani nya atwa mu da into mo konoma kwa hwem na branch ni wie bibia oba be piem
Broken bone.
yes o wie bibia
Twisted ankle. Ne hun to the oyare.
I had it then I had yankomo bobi
But we wish those things can easily be.
Ayo, yati.
Tijenoa the onko hwe na pomudin no kakra na o wie onye ne medicals na probably o ma join a Chelsea a team no Anthony is in town and ya can over the time say Junior Pedroso ne nkrofo na ba Man United o ma ba be hwe ba bia Abrante ne betina ono over the weekend you read the story and a kwan of fast so ne Fabrizio Romano granting interview so ono aka kire omo to ton dada no mo mfanye sika kese omo nya bida e wo the Eredivisie no normal mesina kan and when a Brazilian decide to move there's no way you can stop him and finally the guy has arrived our baby see Akandia Mama United ya can the figures ne say a bonus son a young talented player coming up Obabi see Akandia Mama United but again so here the situation of United anyhow I know almost Ipa Anthony any coach ni here no any I ask for so twa na atwum ne dia na I was say busi ya ena omo etimi edigye but a born de January so one Wesley Fofana nyina ebo da omo so no enye nkurabo eniko ase nkomo etimi nya those figures but the current market the same thing apply to Alexander Isaka ono so ba bi si aka de Newcastle United the selling clubs called for it and if you are not ready to pay there's no way omo be jam amo maba yenya na ntia sa ya so ho abi o omo pese omo be fa Hakim Ziyech nso from Chelsea no san come back because omo believe we say profile na omo paying replacement of Anthony no omo say Kudus wo ho there but they still feel player with few minutes onya e wo team a ye friend Chelsea mu no it will be better off so obetimi aba be join team a ye friend no aya asama na emetimi akoyi Liverpool are in the market for a midfielder and omo look all round yenya na ntia say Callum no there nso no a ono so kwa kopi mu in Germany no akwa kosia kan last week yet Jude Bellingham de ani bebrebe but it looks as if say I off until midfielder be coming up but Jurgen Klopp didn't come up say e wo so mo me say out on Matthias Nunes Jude Bellingham si kan son until a bad day so mo be call for him but they are in the market for a midfielder omo hope say obeba abeshima man e metimi akoyi Leicester City are also looking around hoping so omo be nya defender to fill in the gap Wesley Fofana but so uti omo team no ma omo so omo problem na yepem na oti bench no enye player na okono and ama that unstable performance let me aba etime for the Leicester City Obama young dey ayete so oba landing kwa last weekend yanti hu bi na no ehu so oti bencha yese akromfo akọ ni fie ahomachia omakọ akofa but the deal is still imminent. Chelsea hope is Abrante and betting ababi P Mohammed emetimi akoyi Napoli fans now are still waiting they still feel say Cristiano Ronaldo omanya ntia say obeba bi si aka dia momo and they are still waiting for Ronaldo to be part of the setup we need transfers at Ekora.
I'm grateful to AS Roma, the technical team and staff for their precious opportunity and support I've enjoyed in the last 1.5 years. My utmost love to the manager Jose Mourinho. The last 7 months with you has totally changed my life. Thank you for believing in me. To my former teammates and the Roma fans, I cherish the wonderful moments we shared together. Thank you, Mr. Alberto Di Rossi, for the role you played in my growth. It was a huge honor to put on the AS Roma shirt. Signed, Felix Afnejan, Afna Ohinijan. ono na ninsa shekrata yi asintina ono so the farewell message out there
it's a good move for him.
Yeah.
Because Roma no break. But this weekend one thing I'm seeing headlines by when Salisu Mohammed outran Cristiano Ronaldo and outplayed him.
Okay.
Okay, United versus
Mom comes, hey, no pa come go.
so Ronaldo had taken off Mohamed Salisu Frechiri Ebisa Ronaldo who sabe shilde ball no ma ball no corner.
As mom catch them one out of head. That scene, my capture no money is over and over and over.
Oh, but I was impressed with the pace of Salisu.
Exactly, and I make say Ronaldo first now. You can never cheat in nature. Salisu did extremely well. You can never cheat in nature.
Okay, and quickly, me if Paul Pogba and Matthias Pogba and send some and to miracle in your
complex
life more.
Say, no change some no, I say, childhood friends no near the addict in our account, you feel so poor, yes, can I jamo, we are moves to see you. Say, wow, because from a distance, you think Matthias and Pogba is so close. We've seen several of their videos, several of their videos together. Now we organize gangs here and kidnap you and Amunjis Kanya the day.
Simple.
Omunsem name Kakra. And some P. Almost starting somewhere in January. Even Omoto Bakuba Popa Fio Manchester. Ebe fan a card Eddie Kobokro.
Wow.
And that was when a Popoba Sake and some more men in Chabim. And now childhood friends feel the way you until you see you be show red and I be more who send you city.
Okay.
It's a whole lot.
A whole lot.
But the police for the ain't go to investigate.
A boy Bekawa no free one and the childhood friends and one in here. Now Kabu disaster.
On 13 million euros.
Aye. More bon Hobart. But me wish